Hi everybody, Professor Gustin here, and welcome to week 8 in microbiology. And this week we are talking about microbial nutrition and growth, part 2. And we're also taking exam number 2. So if you look down what we have, you found the introduction video. What I am recommending is that you do lab first. And the reason I'm recommending that is because there are some things in lab that review some of the concepts from lecture, and so it could potentially help you do better on the test. The one I'm thinking in particular is the oxygen requirements and the fluid thioglycolate tubes, but there's some other things too. So I highly recommend that you do lab before lecture this week. I'm also aware that this is a break week, and so the break week we have Monday and Tuesday off. That has minimal impact on this course. It really, the lecture and the lab this week are fairly light. So I think it kind of makes up for that time, and you just don't have to work Monday, Tuesday. Do it some other day. But meanwhile, so work on your lab, get your lab handout, and you'll notice there's a bunch of virtual labs, as usual, and there's a lab quiz. So it's an 8-point lab quiz. So print out your lab handout, do the virtual labs, and take the lab quiz. And then I recommend taking exam number 2. And remember that exam number 2 will be using respondus proctoring. So be prepared for that. It covers materials from weeks 5, 6, and 7. Viruses and prions, microbial metabolism, microbial nutrition and growth part 1. And the format looks very similar to the last test. If you didn't do, we actually did pretty well on the last test, but if you didn't do as well as you wanted to, go down the study guides, get out your study guides, go over the learning outcomes, see if you can state the answers to the learning outcomes out loud, do your vocabulary, see if you can if you can define the vocabulary words out loud. Another way to do it is use those vocabulary words when you're explaining the learning outcomes. So go write down that handout. I write the tests from those study guides. So, and then you can always use your lecture assignments from McGraw-Hill. You can go to the recharge. You just go to the lecture assignment that you already did. It will say recharge, and you can do it again, and that's good practice. So those are the ways I would recommend studying for this. I just want to remind you that you are going to be using Respondus, and you can retake the Respondus practice quiz. Remember that Respondus practice quiz is up here in the week 2 module. And so you can redo that without affecting your points you've already earned. You can do that as many times as you want. So if you're using a different computer, or you just want to make sure your computer's still working with Respondus, go ahead and try that one more time. There also are computers in Library 113 and 118 in the Learning Commons. If you don't know where that is, just go to the library, go to the help desk there, and somebody can show you where those are. But there are computers that have Respondus on them. They're open during the day. They're not open in the evening or on the weekends. But be aware that those are available to you if you want to take your exam in the library or / Learning Commons. Finally, once you're done the exam, we have a lecture study guide, so it's Microbial Nutrition and Growth Part 2. And like I said, it's a little bit shorter than some of the other lecture topics we've done, just to give you a little break time and a little time to take the test. So there's some videos here and a lecture assignment, and that's it. That's it for week 8. So you guys are moving along great, and good luck on your exam. Please reach out if you want to talk about anything before you take the exam, or have any questions. Take care.